All right, guys, are you?
Snacks here.
We're back here,
You fucking ready?
dude. I enjoyed watching the last one with you guys, dude. I'm ready.
All right, man. I've been thinking about
I'm
this
so
all
happy
week.
watching this because
Push that
like,
play.
you know, it's
Ads? You got the
you got
ad
the ads
version?
one?
Hold up. This is
Josh, no.
Sonic.
This is the reason why we come over to your house, dude. We come here because you do get the no ads Disney Plus thing. What are you doing?
Do you realize that Disney Plus is $10, and then if you get the ads, you save $5?
Oh my god! What are you like a sponsor for like Disney Plus now? You trying to sell us on the ads version?
No, I'm trying to save
Josh,
money.
dude. Come on,
I'm trying to save money.
Dude, you do realize we'll have to stop the episode every time an ad pops up, right?
Yeah.
You do know that, right? Did you not think about that?
Hold up. You guys come to my house.
Yeah.
I invite you. I get you snacks. I lend you my Disney Plus, and because I want to save $5. $5, guys. $5 goes a long way.
Look.
Yeah, sure, it does.
Fucking buy
God, Josh,
some more Transformer toys.
Listen,
That
dude,
shit.
We should just stayed home. We should have stayed
Both
home.
of you guys shut the fuck up. Josh, you do know we were doing this from the get-go. We were doing an X-Men 97 thing.
We still are doing the
Why would we
X-Men
do it
thing.
with the ads, man? Why would we do it with the ads? You know that we're doing it with no ads.
It kills the flow, man.
It kills the fucking... You of all people should know this. We need to have a good flow.
Okay. My bad.
Oh
my,
my God.
Hold up. We got fucking time. Let me jump
See,
on my
now
computer.
now I'm like all fired up, dude, and it's like...
I'll fix this, guys. I'm sorry.
I thought the last thing was like a bit that you were pulling with like the Batman Superman stuff, but clearly you're not like...
I think you got a free trial. That's why you got the ad-free one.
No, I cheap wanted to save
Yeah.
$5.
You wanted to say, where's that $5 going? Huh?
Yeah,
Where's it really going, Josh?
I don't want to talk about it, guys.
I see
I see all these like I see all like the Amazon
know where it goes?
packages and it's feeding the addiction.
Yeah,
it's feeding the addiction. That's what
I
it
have
is.
a problem. You're
Yeah,
It's
we're
this.
aware of
It's
that.
this right
We're-
here.
We're aware of that.
Give me a couple minutes. Let me get on the account.
Couple of minutes.
Come on, I have to re-put in my credit card number. I'll,
You know
I'll
what?
fix this. I'll make this
It's-
right. I'm sorry,
Josh,
guys.
it's fine.
Let's move on. I
It's
fucked
all
up.
right.
I fucked up again, guys.
Yeah, where's the pizza? You said there was going to be pizza this time. No fucking...
You're right. We're eating the same fucking shit that you. It's the same bag. You do realize this is the same bag, right?
But we didn't finish it, guys. I thought
Whatever,
you know
dude,
I
whatever.
saved it for.
You know, I was also really looking forward to that pizza, right?
I'm
You
sorry,
think this is
guys.
enough for 2 episodes? Candy
Some
and...
sour nerds and.
Guys, I'm sorry.
And you didn't even. You know what? Just go ahead. Do what
Do
you
your
gotta
thing.
I can still get pizza. Do you guys want pizza?
No, because then that's gonna take forever, and it's like we're here now, and it's
Yeah.
like, dude, you knew we had a fucking curfew, and we gotta be home at a certain time. Like, dude, come on. Like,
You're right. I was thinking about myself again.
yeah, again.
Let me give me a bit.
I wish you could reimburse our time, but you fucking can't. Okay, so
Yeah.
just go ahead and do what you gotta do, and come on.
Order a pizza. No anchovies.
No anchovies, and if there's anchovies, we're sending it back, Josh. Okay.
I'll make this right.
All right.
Give me 30 minutes.
Damn, 30 minutes.
Fine. Jesus.
What you getting at with the book script? Spit that shit out, man!
Do you want to form an alliance with me? Absolutely, I do. Good.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go.
Oh my God, I did not think he was going to do that. That scared me. That actually scared me a little bit.
It's called Two Brothers. Two Brothers. It's just called Two Brothers.
And
Friend?
do you want to get that signed? Because we're gonna go next week.
Yes, I would. Do you mind taking it?
No.
Holding on to it?
No.
Protecting it?
No.
Signing
You,
it?
you know you're saying that you don't mind, right?
Oh, really?
You're agreeing to everything. It's fucking
Thanks,
saying.
Edgar. I appreciate you, man.
No, we don't mind doing that. You know, I actually resubscribed to. So Scott Snyder has he has this thing called Our Best Jacket, It's an app called Substack where he does like newsletters and he does master classes and stuff. And it's interesting because one of the newsletters he was talking about requels and how they're being put out now in entertainment and stuff like that. And he was talking about his thoughts on it, and he was saying that like he thinks something like, for example, Indiana Jones 5, there's no reason to have that movie out because it doesn't add anything other than just give the character another different closure.
Sure.
Versus he said like Cobra Kai is a good example of like a requel because it like pushes the material forward or evolves it in a different way.
Oh,
and I was like,
that's a good way. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually like a good way to look at it. I was thinking like, yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
That's
so that's why, like, you know, we've talked about remakes so many times and continuations, requels, whatever, and you're just risking so much. And Indiana Jones, let's sit on that for a little bit. Probably one of the greatest trilogies of all time.
Yeah, that's what he said too.
You know,
ended at 3.
And Raiders of the Lost Ark was so good. You know, then you come out with a prequel. You know, nobody even really knew that movie was a prequel. Which was interesting, but it was still great.
Yeah.
And then the closure, to your point, The Last Crusade was just so beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, finding his father, building that relationship, you know, all while discovering the cup of Christ, you know, and eternal life and all that stuff. And then they ride off to the sunset.
Yeah, it's exactly what Scott Snyder said too.
Yeah, they end it by riding off to the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
And then, for fan services, what do? Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
Yeah, something like that.
And
I don't know, dude.
yeah, but yeah, we don't even know what it's called because it was not memorable, right? And then they came out with another one. I don't even know what that one's called. I think I watched literally the first.
You know, I think I know it. I think it was like the Dial of Destiny. I don't know why I know that. I know that.
And can you honestly say that it's not a trilogy anymore?
It's not. No.
So the value of it being like the greatest trilogy of all time is out the door.
No,
it taints it, does it not?
There, before I keep talking, you were right, dude. This fucking popcorn does get back in your throat, dude.
Told you. That's why I don't eat that
That's
shit.
why I had to drink this Sprite because I was about to like I can't.
You sounded like you were struggling.
Just practice your swallowing. Come on, man.
You and your sexual innuendo.
Dude, how is that sexual, man? I'm just saying, swallow your popcorn.
You know, you were at some point you're like, you want me to beat my dog in front of you guys? And I was like, the fuck,
Hey,
Josh? What?
Don't say it like that. That's out of context.
That's exactly what he said. We came into the house.
I did say
and
that,
I was
and
like,
now
you
you
guys don't
just
mind
said
if
it
I-
in
you
front
guys
of
don't mind if I-
everybody, and
Right?
they're like, "This guy beats his dog.
What?
Call the police.
Hey, if you're taking
Cancel
you
him."
know, he's got a. I see a bat right there too, John. I don't know what you do with that bat, but you know.
You know what I do with that bat. You know
Wait,
what I do.
what do you do?
Yeah, what
Huh?
do you do? What do you do in here, John?
Yeah,
what do you do in this room?
Well, you know, it gets dark, and you know, late at night, I want to protect
You're
myself.
here in this room at night, dark, surrounded by all these
Maybe I'm like
figurines?
playing video games or something, and get scared, and I need to
What-
protect myself.
what do you
Also,
play?
have you guys met my wife? She's a very dangerous woman.
Oh, that's what the bat.
Yeah, self-defense.
What are you playing now, Josh?
Yeah, what are you playing right now? Are you still playing Metal Gear?
Took a break.
Yeah.
Took a break. Well, you keep
You
in mind.
were going from like 1, 2 to.
Yeah, I went from
okay,
1. I
okay.
went to 2. I'm halfway through 3. Had to take a break. Kind of put video games on the back burner a little bit. I did actually dive into the Ninja Turtles reboot comic book series.
Oh,
I reread Ronin, The Last Ronin, which is, God, if you have not read it, you're missing out.
It's so good, dude.
And I'm just like, fuck it. I'm reading the reboot of
Mm-hmm.
TMNT, which does it justice. You know, like we talk about reboots are a risk, but you know they like Cobra Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's so freaking good.
You know what another good example was that Scott Snyder brought up? Batman Beyond was like he said it was another great evolution of the animated series. You know,
Yes, it was.
it's like damn man, no, he's right.
Do you know what?
Sounds great.
Do you know why they canceled Batman Beyond?
No, why did they cancel?
The toys weren't selling.
It's
That was
always
it?
around fucking toys.
You have to keep in mind, like animation relies on action figures, and if the action figures are not
Unfortunately, yeah,
selling,
that's true, yeah.
that sucks, man. That is the world that we live on. Why do you think they keep like producing like Ninja Turtle toys and shows?
Transformers shit and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
you know, like
Damn, that is true.
sucks, man.
Damn.
Yeah, because there was a huge like Batman Beyond, Batman the Animated Series was a very mature series.
Mm.
It gravitated towards kids, not just kids, but adults as well. You know, what adults buy action figures?
Dude, yeah, you got. Well, unfortunately, I feel like you made a bad purchase decision with those Zack Snyder Justice League figures right there. I don't. Why'd you buy them, Josh?
You sure as hell
the
know
Superman-
why
the
I
Superman
bought
one is-
them.
The Superman one's good.
Alberto.
I'll give you that. What were you gonna say?
He had all this time to read anything, and he read Last Ronin, which is, I agree, yeah, it's good.
Oh damn, he's about to call you out on your shit. Just-
Yeah.
Dude,
what
I'm
is
just
it?
on this Ninja Turtle hype right now.
3 Jokers. What else he hasn't read in there? He has like unopened trades. Like, come on, man.
Eric,
Well,
again,
come on. I've read.
You're just trying to pick.
See,
something
he
out,
doesn't
Josh.
even
That's what
know.
you're trying to do.
I've read Kingdom Come. Let's talk about that.
Oh no, because then you're gonna say that I have it. that
Yeah,
I
yeah,
haven't
yeah,
read it.
yeah,
That's the whole
yeah,
point. No,
yeah.
we're not gonna do
Hypocrites.
that. No, we're not
Yeah,
gonna
hypocrites.
do that. So you haven't been playing anything, but you've been reading some comic books.
Enjoying some comic books.
It's always good for the soul.
Absolutely. I'll get back to it though. You know?
What about TV shows, man? What have you been watching?
Oh gosh, Young Rock.
The fuck?
Don't act like you saw that
You
shit
said,
too.
Did you say Young Rock or Young Rock?
Young Rock.
Did you hear that? Did you say?
Say it.
You said Young Rock.
Rock.
Have you really been watching Ring Rock?
Yeah, on and off. It's okay.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
whatever.
I've been watching that.
Oh, shut up.
No, I like it. I like
It's
it.
nostalgic.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Have you been watching The Bear?
Can't.
Why not?
I got a 5-year-old son.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes complete sense. Yeah.
I've finished the first season, and it's so fucking good.
It's so good, dude. Season 3's out right now, and it's fantastic. I'm enjoying it. I think I'm on episode 8 now. So good.
The banter's good.
Yeah, I mean,
Dialogue's great.
I worked at a ghost kitchen not during the pandemic. It was like shortly, right when the pandemic was kind of going down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I worked at a ghost kitchen, and that was like my first experience working in like fucking kitchen and shit like that and all that kind of stuff. That was probably the worst job I ever had, just because of how like it is very the way they portray on The Bear. That's exactly how it was. Well, not when I was working there, dude. At one point, I did break down and fucking cry.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not fucking kidding, but I had reason to, because it was a Sunday. Sundays are the fucking worst. Everyone was ordering. Like, you remember that scene in the first season of The Bear when they're like they're getting slammed?
Yeah, there's
You know
that
the
line
episode, right?
outside. Yeah. Spaghetti.
Dude, we had all these receipts coming out. It's just order after fucking order after order. After it was all done, we had like maybe 15 plates of food that were like not picked up by like, because it's like DoorDash. People come in, they pick up orders, and they go out the door and shit. So much fucking leftover food that once it was over, they turned on the music. Everyone was fucking chilling. My boss was like, "Go ahead, you go eat some food. These guys didn't fucking pick it up. Go eat some chicken wings." And I was just like, "I can't
Cry?
can't do anything right now. Let me go to the bathroom. I gotta fucking cry for a few minutes."
But
It was-
you were crying over free food? So this
No,
was
no.
crying of joy? That's like,
No. I was crying because of how fucking just stressful that shit was, man. It was. I don't think I ever experienced anything like that.
I'm sure you had like anxiety and stuff.
Yeah.
And mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it was I think it was the first like mental breakdown that I had at work. It was so bad. It was bad. I did have like fucking nightmares of just like that machine just spewing out fucking orders, and I was just like waking up in a cold sweat. And obviously, I'm like anyone who has worked in like restaurants for fucking years. I don't know how they do it.
Dude, it's crazy.
insane. And I've only worked there for 6 months. So.
My current job, for a while, we were actually aggressively hiring a lot of like restaurant people, and I can tell you that they're not fit for customer service. Our top writer was the worst customer service sales. Like there was just so many times I was just like, dude, you can't say that. You can't. What you just said belongs in the kitchen, not to these customers. What are you doing, man? Like,
yeah, like, I don't know how they do it, man. It was, and I made it through. I made it through that night through all those orders. But boy,
did you resign after that night?
No, I kept going.
Okay.
Kept going. I think I quit like 2 months after that because then we had another situation like that happened again, and I was.
Did you just quit, or you put in your 2 weeks?
No, I quit. I fucking quit. I'm
Did you
sorry.
ghost them?
I did tell my boss.
I'm
I
done.
was just like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Like I just can't. I can't show up and just go through that.
What do you say?
You know what? Well, okay. So I'll end it by saying this. I remember texting him sometimes and being like, "Oh, I can't." This was towards the end. I was just like, "Can't do it. I'm not feeling so good." And a week went by, went through work, and then I was like, "I can't do it again."
Mm-hmm.
I had to call. I had to tell him like, "Yeah, I can't do it." And he texts me in Spanish. He's like, he's Mexican, so he texted me. He said, "What's wrong now?" Was what he texted me. It's like, what is it now? I was like, "Oh, fuck." I was like, "Yeah, I like, nah, I'm not built for this shit." Like, I admitted it to myself, I can't do it. So that was it.
Yeah.
I just like, yeah, I'm done.
Dang.
Yeah. I think that was one of the only jobs I did that where I was just like,
Yeah. I deal with that a lot, man.
Yeah.
I get a lot of managers that are just like, actually, that happened to me today.
really, damn, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta know what your limits are.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I'm not good at this. You know. So,
Yeah.
But I gave it a good shot. I was there for 6 months, dude. I didn't think I was gonna make it past the first day, because it was.
I'll say this: they had some good food though.
They had some good food. I would leave every fucking night with food. There was a point where we weren't getting many orders, and my boss would be like, "Yeah, just go home. You want to order some food for your family? Go ahead, place your order. Go home." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." But I think I got too used to that, because once it started picking up again, I was just like, "Oh fuck!" It just
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you got fat.
I got fat. Eating too many fucking chicken wings. Eating too many fucking, but they're so fucking good.
Whoa.
They're so good. All right. This is great, but let's.
You were about to end it?
No. For a second, I was.
All right, this is Two Brothers.
No. Let's get into it. Welcome to Two Brothers and
Friend?
guys. This is gonna be a part 2 of our X-Men.
This is a doozy, right? That's the word.
Of dude, you threw me off. What the fuck you say?
We're in for a doozy, right? Or
a doozy.
what's that
We're in
word?
for a.
Someone Google this shit.
Yeah.
What
What
language
are
are
you
you
saying?
speaking?
I don't know.
That's
dude.
a podcast. Edgar Doozy is a podcast.
Is
That's not.
I was
We're
going
in
to say
for a
this is a
doozy?
continuation.
We're
Sure, go ahead.
We're in for a hell of a ride, guys. There you go. Is that good?
That's even worse than
All
what
right,
I
don't know,
said.
dude, but look, if you haven't, go back and listen to part 1 of our X-Men 97 listen along.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Listen
called watch
along.
because you're listening to us watching X-Men 97. And this is going to be part 2. We're going to watch episodes 3 and 4.
Yes.
That's right.
So if you want to, put it up on your guys' screen, watch along with us. That'd be great. But
What?
Go ahead. What are you going to say?
I was going to say we did learn from the first podcast, and I think where we did slightly drop the ball was we didn't put any input on the previous episodes.
We were just enjoying the shit.
We enjoyed it too much.
I think we were enjoying it too much.
So I would say before we continue,
Mm.
before we start, what were your guys' thoughts on episode? Let's start with episode 1.
No, that's what I was going to do. Is we're going to do a recap.
I stole your show. I
We're gonna-
apologize,
No,
man.
that's fine. We're going to talk
I
about
kicked
episode
my
1.
bad, dude.
Yeah, what'd you guys think?
It was great.
All right, great.
That's all I have to say, guys.
Really, that's all you had to say?
No,
Give us a summary of the first episode, Edgar.
oh, you pick me, man. Oh shit.
Hell yeah.
No, I'm not great at explaining stuff. Or go ahead.
Look, I did say during the episode that it was perfect pacing, right? We can all agree on that. In that first episode, it went by so fast. I think I said that in the episode too. Like, this episode's fucking flying by. You said it was very like nostalgic.
Absolutely.
Right.
I think we all
Yeah, we
all
agreed
agreed to
with
that.
that.
It
Yeah.
felt like it was just more of a setup because
Mhm.
you did bring up in the last podcast which one's better, episode 1 or 2. Edgar said you said episode 2 was better because of Magneto's
Mhm.
speech, right? I still think episode 1 was great with the music playing. Towards the end, we got to see the team just like collaborate and fucking just beat the shit out of the Sentinels and shit.
Like the first episode is like a callback to the first episode of the first animated series.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like it follows like the same step
Yep.
of every scene, you know. Which I didn't say it's not bad.
no,
It's a good
it
way
was
to
good.
like to start an episode.
Absolutely.
They did it perfectly, I would say. What the second one is like, okay, now that you guys have a little introduction and so on and so forth, we're going to continue the story now, type of thing, you know.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. What was your thoughts on the first episode?
Yeah, the first episode was first off, both episodes were perfect.
Yes.
in my
Yes.
opinion. They carried great weight in different aspects. Right,
Mhm.
the first one obviously shows and puts the team together, and their chemistry, how they're working together.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
while introducing everyone. Whether it's Cyclops in the beginning, coming in using his optic blast to slide around,
That was cool.
to save what was his name, Inferno.
Mhm.
To the introduction of him being in the Xavier Mansion, waking up Inferno, to being introduced to Jubilee, and then
Inferno, isn't it Starfire?
Starfire.
That's
correct.
right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm
correct.
also like that. I'm not too familiar
Mhm.
with that character, but yeah, I think that's what you said. It was
Yeah, my
Starfire,
bad, my bad.
Yeah.
And then a callback to Edgar's point, when Jubilee goes into
Oh,
gets
the mall, right? Or
the mall, right?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
when she ends up in the X Mansion, she goes into the danger room.
Yes,
She runs
yeah.
into Gambit
Yeah.
and Wolverine. And that was a
Yeah.
Wolverine introduction.
Yep.
And then who does he run into in the danger room?
Wolverine.
Wolverine. Such a
Told you, yeah.
great
Yeah, it's
fucking
yeah.
callback.
Yeah, it really does. That's the way to hook you in, right? Like
Yeah.
the fans who enjoyed it.
I was expecting more to die too, because he dies in the first or second episode of the last one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does.
I think in the second episode
Yeah, he dies,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Actually, maybe no. It's the first episode he dies. Like at the end of
Yeah.
the first episode, because they go on that mission, and
Yeah,
then
and when they come back,
Yeah.
because I'm trying to say they land, and Cyclops is like looking away
Uh-huh.
from Wolverine. He's
Uh-huh.
talking to him like, "I'm sorry," and he turns to.
Oh, that's right.
he
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
punches
Oh
him in
my
the gut.
god, dude,
Wolverine
you're
punches him.
bringing back. Fucking,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
But I would say what
Yeah.
episode 1 did right was the chemistry of the team. The action was so fucking good.
Yeah.
And then what episode 2 did great was, and obviously spoilers, it ends with Magneto showing up at the end. After Scott and Jean lets the team know that they're going to walk away, they want to raise a family and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And who now is a part of the X-Men?
Magnus.
Magnus.
I hate that shit.
You don't
Eric
like- you don't like
Leshner.
Just call him Magneto or Eric.
Well,
Magneto. We'll keep
Yeah,
it
right.
Magneto.
Magneto.
The other thing about this show is they're great with their cliffhangers at the end of the show.
Yes.
yeah, the stingers
yeah,
at the
each
end and
episode's like-
everything. Yep. Yeah, and we did mention it on the last podcast, but the animation is just fucking.
It's beautiful.
Flawless.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, story wise, I think we kind of we saw the Storm lose her powers,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Which was
Yep.
oh man, that was such a that was a powerful moment. You love the monologue that Magneto did. That was also fucking great. Man.
Yeah. And he wants to be better. He
Yeah, he
wants to be
tried.
good.
He's trying to
Yeah.
follow in the steps of Charles Xavier.
Well, and they established that in the beginning of the episode because what is he doing? He's actually saving the Morlocks. They're getting hunted down by the Friends of Humanity.
Mhm.
He saves them, you know.
Mhm.
And then on top of it, the government shows up to the X Mansion
Mhm.
and he turns himself in.
That's such a very unlike Magneto. right?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, but like I said, he was just trying to follow in the steps of Charles Xavier. It keeps the people watching it being like, what is his agenda here? Like, what's his ulterior motive? And even the X-Men are trying to figure him out.
Yeah,
And be like,
they don't trust him.
What's he trying to do here? But obviously, as we continue seeing,
I think deep
Yeah.
down he really wants to like give it a shot,
yeah,
but these events that's going to happen throughout the season, it shows that he's also right. That it doesn't.
yeah, you can't.
You can't. You know.
So without getting too much into what's happening, I think that's perfect.
Are you-
And it ends with Jean Grey giving birth to their son, right?
And
Yeah.
Nathan, and who shows up at the end of the what's the cliffhanger?
Oh, who does show up? Fuck.
Come on.
Oh.
It's the the real Jean Grey.
Yes,
the
yes,
real
yes, yes,
Jean
yes.
Grey shows up.
So that's where we're at.
Hold on. So let's see if we covered everything before we continue. Okay, we talked about the first one. Okay, we're good.
Oh my god, you're doing math in your head or
I
what?
had to do the math.
All right. Well, with that said, let's get into it. Let's watch episode 3.
And it's
And-
called. Just kidding. It's episode 3.
Let's get into it. All right, here we go.
Oh shit.
Yeah, what a fucking cliffhanger, right, Josh?
No, I
What a
love
fucking
that they
cliffhanger.
keep you held on that.
Yeah, so it's gonna be, and again we have to watch.
The recap.
Does it skip the intro if you skip the recap? I don't know if it does or not,
No.
but we have to watch the
Hey,
intro
there it is.
because Josh, of course, says that every intro there's something different.
What do you think is the change on this one?
Jean Grey.
Okay.
Storm.
Yep.
I think that's
Oh,
it.
man.
I think that's it as well.
Yeah.
Because she left. Kind of like what
and
you were
then
saying.
of course we got Magneto.
Magneto's the first.
He's the first one that pops up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh my god, I just can never get enough of that fucking animation.
It's
Yeah.
so gorgeous.
It's so good. It's so good. And like I don't know, just I'm so impressed with the animators that they were able to just like replicate that look without making it look too, because X-Men 95 is also kind of, they meme on it a lot with
Oh, yeah.
certain like
Hey, that
scenes
was,
and stuff.
Julie's intro in the original, with the
Oh.
like her going towards the cage.
Oh really?
Yeah, and it was what's his face, Starfire.
Yeah, they also add little scenes from the original series to the intro, which is
Oh,
nice
okay,
too. So
okay.
you'll see little like sneak peeks on that as well.
God, that's so good. That's such a good intro. All right, well, let's get into it, man. This is episode Fire Made Flesh. That's what it's called. Editor, just in case you wanted to know. We got the two different Jean Greys.
I guess the difference between them, the other one is more tan than the other one. I just noticed that.
One's Tanner. Well, I guess one was like, I guess in a cage or
Okay.
in,
That
in a
makes sense,
basement
yeah.
for quite some
I'm
time,
just saying
right?
But no, that's true. That is a good attention to detail, right? So, no, you're not wrong. I will say this episode did confuse me for a second, because I was trying to.
It threw me off as well.
Yeah.
It threw me off as well.
Oh yeah, no, this is.
So is she leaving Sinister's?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Right there, they just
Yeah.
showed you. Sinister's obviously a big part of it.
Oh,
She was also reading her memory, and if you notice, the
Oh.
faces
uh-huh.
were all blank.
Yeah.
So, like, who, like, is it her memories? Is
Mhm.
it her memories or the clone's memory?
Hmm.
Oh,
Is what
man.
they're kind of alluding to.
Yeah, it's such a bombshell, dude. It took us off guard when we watched it.
Yeah. And then, of course, she's the actual Jean Grey.
Yeah, the one that came
Yeah.
back, right? So
You know, it's Beast just identified that,
Yeah.
and it's how did this happen? And then the fact I don't think they ever speak to it too is just so great.
Yeah. No,
You
yeah,
know?
I agree.
So
Oh,
this
man.
never happened in the original, like the swap.
No,
Between-
well, it did happen sometime in the original.
Oh, in
we
the
just don't
original.
know when.
Yeah.
And you have to
yeah.
keep in mind, Sinister played a big part from like a lot, like the beginning to the end of
Okay.
the series, and he always was obsessed with Scott's and Jean's DNA.
Fucking weirdo. Okay.
Fucking
So-
Sinister, dude. What's wrong with him, man?
He's Sinister, man.
So
What did
no
I call
one-
him last time? Sinestro?
Sinestro.
God damn, dude.
so there's no theories that like no one has figured out when she got. You
There
know,
probably are some like good concrete
Right.
theories that we just
that'd
I
be
just
cool to
haven't
look
delved
up.
into
You
it,
know.
yeah.
The only theory that they have is when the hair changes.
Hmm.
So in the
Oh.
original series, there is a time where Jean starts wearing her hair down.
Oh,
And
really?
they're like, that's maybe a possibility. So that's why they incorporated this. So now that Clone is out of the picture, when they
Uh-huh.
change the introduction, Jean has a ponytail.
Hmm.
So Jean has her hair down.
Damn. All right.
the
Well,
intro.
I mean, Josh, like I told you in the first episode, you're gonna be the one that's gonna have to fill in. Some
I'm
of
gonna do the
some
best
of
that I
yeah, 'cause
can.
You watched the original probably more than we both did. So.
And then of course, like, you just had a baby. You
Mhm.
just got identified as a clone.
Yeah.
You're married to Scott
Yeah.
Summers. You know, like, dude, your life is meaningless.
Who's?
Jeans.
Oh, the
And then
the
Scott's
clone or the
clone.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
See, it is where it gets confusing because we're trying to fucking
Yeah.
figure-
I felt
Yeah.
bad for Scott because he
he's
he
fucked.
got shit from the
I
clone
know,
and
dude,
the original.
Does he love Jean
Right?
or does he
Or-
love
yeah.
the clone?
You said you try to combine Gene and clone and it came up as Clinton. Does he love Clinton or does he love? What do you think about the? Because there is kind of some horror elements in
Dude, the horror elements in this are so perfect.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was impressed by the fact that they managed to even in an animated show. You know?
It's dark.
It's a fucking kid show.
No,
technically,
absolutely.
you know,
Well,
so-
no, well, that's what's. Let's talk about that a little bit more. I appreciate that. You know, so obviously the original was drawn towards kids, and what they did a great job in X-Men '97 was maturing it and aging it with the fans.
Yeah,
They made it to where like people in their
fair
30s
enough. Yeah.
actually will appreciate this a lot more than the kids. You know, we're talking about like they say certain words, mature words. There's violence. They show some blood.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, no, you're totally right. Yeah. God, man.
And the perfect person to be.
Is
He has always been scary, Mr. Sinister.
yeah, I mean visually, but dude, I don't know if he like. Can you name a good Sinister moment in the comic books?
No, absolutely
Yeah,
not.
so it's
That's
like
because
he's
to
not-
Edgar's point, he's always somebody's bitch,
He's always
right?
somebody's bitch. So
But-
visually, he does look like he's a.
But even in the original one, I don't know if you guys remember, but the first confrontation with Cyclops and Sinister, the only thing that can hurt Mr. Sinister is actually Cyclops' optic blast.
Really?
And he's like shooting him and he's like bleeding and like maggots are coming out of him and stuff.
Oh, right.
So to see that, you know, Mr. Sinister have the maggots coming out of him, it was disturbing.
No, yeah,
There was a
Yeah,
lot of
it
scary
was,
scenes.
But still, it's Sinister, dude. Like I just can't. Like we talked about it before, but it's like you can't take him seriously. You know, like as a villain, because like Edgar said, he's somebody's bitch all the time. You know?
So I will say that he is probably the most requested person right now for the MCU.
I was gonna bring that
Wait,
up.
really?
Yeah.
Well, not like I think in the X-Men universe though, not in the Marvel Cinematic
Cinematic
universe.
universe.
I think
I
there's
can-
talks about him right now.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, they
think
teased
so,
him.
yeah.
Remember in one of the X-Men movies towards
Yeah,
the
the-
end. The
Apocalypse.
yeah. Oh, was it? Oh,
He was also talked about a little bit in Logan, actually.
was it Logan?
Was he not?
I think it was
I don't
Logan.
think
Yeah.
so. What,
No,
really?
no, he wasn't. I
No?
think I'm
I think you're just making shit up, Josh.
I think I am too. I'm so lost in this. This is funny. This is what you were
Oh yeah.
talking about.
Yeah. That's right. Yep. Oh man, yeah. Morph, dude. He just keeps fucking like that. That's so fucked up. That is pretty. You see Gambit, he's just like, dude.
So who's a better couple, Rogue and Magneto, or Rogue and Gambit?
Rogue and Gambit.
Rogue and Gambit, man.
You know, a couple years ago, they had the X-Men wedding. Remember? And they had
Yeah.
and they teased. It was supposed to be. I forgot who was gonna get married, but it didn't end up. They didn't end up getting married, so it was Rogue and Gambit who got married.
Yeah. I do remember that in
Yeah.
the comic books, right?
In the comic books.
Yeah.
So I guess in the comic books, they're a couple now.
Damn.
In a nice cover by J. Scott Campbell too. So.
That's a great thing about
that's
like
true.
when they do have great shows like this. They incorporate it really well to comic books, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like fan service.
Yeah.
It's so
yeah.
great. It's so well. You know, we're just gonna make it canon. And then these are the horror elements that we were briefly talking about.
Uh-huh.
So this is not Sinister's work. This is someone else's, right? The what's his name?
This is the clone. This is the Jean Grey clone.
That's doing all
Oh.
this.
That's doing all of this
Oh,
right now.
okay.
Yeah. What does that remind you of?
The Thing.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. I was gonna say Ring, The Ring, but
That too.
Yeah,
That too.
That is
Yeah.
straight up from. That is straight up from the
They-
thing.
Yeah, they're showing their what they're fans of, you know,
Yeah.
the Thing and shit. Yeah,
Oh, absolutely. Dude, this shit is
Yeah,
just
that is
disturbing.
that is creepy. This will give a child nightmares.
I think my son did have a glimpse of this too.
That's a classic cover of a comic book.
Well, seriously?
The portrait, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I remember this. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That's actually pretty good too because they're showing Bishop's sister, and she's questioning Bishop like, you know, where is your sister? Where am I? And actually, in the original series, she is gone. She is lost in time.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Damn,
So-
they're really
so a lot of
fucking with
pullback.
everybody, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. That's like some Junji Ito shit, right? Eddie?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So yeah, it's like every episode feels like they just are introducing a new type of element to keep you on your toes. This one obviously has like that horror aspect that they just nail perfectly.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, action,
Yeah,
drama,
horror.
Yeah.
I think the next one is with Jubilee doing like the whole arcade
Oh
thing,
God.
right? So, but you're not a huge fan of that one, Josh, or what?
Filler. I felt like it was a filler.
It was kind of filler, right?
Yeah.
You
I-
liked it? I liked it because of the reference to the X-Men video game.
I agree with that.
But
I agree with that.
I think I thought the filler that he was referring to was the Storm one. That was kind of
also
like
kinda filler
I thought
too.
that was good. I appreciate that because it was a build up to what she becomes. You know, again, like without talking too much about it, because we'll obviously talk about it during that episode. But you know, you're stripped of your identity of who you are, and you're trying to get that back. You know,
Yeah.
I appreciated that. I just have no explanation for the Jubilee episode, unfortunately.
I mean, yeah, like I said, I think I enjoy the Jubilee episode. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about. We're gonna watch it, but I do appreciate it for the references of the.
Yeah.
I think the one that why I didn't appreciate the Storm one is the way they placed it. It was right.
Yes, that's a good point.
It was right after the big event that happened.
Big thing, yeah.
Then they gave us that Storm. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Uh,
Look at that cool fucking like design though, right? Josh, have you bought any of the Funko Pops for X-Men '97?
I have not.
Are they out?
Yeah, they're out there in the wild, man. I think. Oh man, I saw Magneto one and I fucking passed on it, man.
Why?
I should have bought it, but
You should have. Don't know why. Oh,
man.
hold on.
So let's actually. I don't mean to cut you guys off. I
No, no,
apologize,
no.
but
No,
let's
it's fine.
elaborate this a little bit, right? So the X-Men are being handed to. They lost,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
saved by Jean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the real Jean. So I guess my question is could have the X-Men, could this team have gotten out of this situation without her?
Oh, that is a good question. Looking back at it, I mean, I have to believe they still could have, because I mean they're on top of their game at this point, right? Like
Sure.
they're able to kind of collaborate with each other and team up, and no, I still think that they'd be able to get out. But I mean, what do you think?
How
No,
do
you
you
don't
rate
think so?
Jean Grey, clone
in terms of
of power ability?
The clone one?
she's one of the strongest. Oh, are you talking about the clone?
Well,
Or just
I
in
would say the
general?
clone is pretty much Jean Grey. So I think
Yeah.
at a level they're
Mhm.
probably very comparable with one another, right?
Mhm.
So I, if we were to rate like levels of tier, right? I know there's like
Yeah,
tiers
yeah.
Mhm.
of mutants. She's probably Omega, right?
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
No, I agree.
I think they're fucked. I think this is the end of the X-Men.
Hmm.
It does come off that way, right?
Yeah.
As we continue watching, it does feel like they're being picked off one by one, and they're
Yeah,
Well,
because you have to,
especially the seniorine, right?
yeah.
yeah, these guys are in the depths of hell right now. There's fear at every corner. Also the surprise factor, too.
Yeah.
Like you weren't expecting
No,
this.
yeah.
Um,
No, you're right. It's
I think they were done,
Hmm.
and the fact that they have to like this is a great introduction, even though she was introduced in the first episode. Let's just be honest. This is actually the first actual introduction of Jean Grey, and that's what I love about this scene right here. There she is.
wow. Yeah.
Dude, she is fucking a beast. You know? If it's not Professor Xavier,
It's Jean Grey.
it's Jean Grey.
And obviously, as we continue watching it, you see more examples of that.
Oh,
for
absolutely.
sure. There's your sex appeal, Josh. Is that what you wanted to
It's
see right there?
still missing some curves and detail, my friend.
All right, fair enough.
You know it.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
know it.
Yeah. What about you, Ender?
What?
You're so enthralled by the episode. What do you
Yeah.
think? Is this? What do you feel about the sex appeal now? Ender? Huh? Talking about Rogue and how she doesn't have a fucking.
Dude, her boobs actually
curves.
jiggled a little bit. But go ahead.
I wasn't watching, Josh. So
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
just too busy.
I'm talking
talking.
about the show, right? God damn.
Dude, she's powerful as fuck.
No, she is. Yeah.
No, they got their ass kicked.
Yeah. There's no doubt about that. Did you think we were going to see Cable later on in the show?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a feeling that that he was going to show. He played a big part in the original series. The last actual season before they. Oh, I love that callback.
Yeah.
I love that fucking callback from Morph.
Sorry, yeah, but go ahead. What was
It was very heavy on time travel. So obviously they had Bishop, and then of course they had Cable as well. You know, and then they never he was just always on the side. He was this badass Western character you knew nothing about, and the fact that they're going to bring him back, and then Jean is pregnant. Come on, you're a fan of the comic books. You read the comic books.
you know where it's going.
You know where it's
yeah.
going, right?
Yeah.
They have to, right?
Dude, how old is Magneto? Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
he has to be in his 60s.
Really?
Oh yeah, he has to be.
He's got that Magneto Riz, dude.
Dude.
is just like off topic. I know some shit's happening. Is Sinister in Marvel vs. Capcom at all?
No.
No, he's
Are you
not.
sure?
Mm-hmm.
Who would play him?
Yeah.
What do you mean who would play? I'm talking about like in the games. Is
Yeah,
he
I know.
Is he in the game? Oh, you're talking about who would pick him up?
Yeah,
and
who
play
would
him?
pick him up and play him? Come on,
Yeah,
man.
right, yeah.
I will say that they do redeem his abilities later on in the season, like how he moves about and all that stuff. So we'll kind of get back to that a little bit. So this is actually a big part in Cable, which a lot of people don't understand. Is Sinister actually puts a virus in Nathaniel Summers, right? And the only way he can actually, as he gets older, the only way he can actually suppress that is because of his telepathic abilities.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that's why he hardly ever uses it as well.
Oh.
Because if he does, it actually his virus goes
Like,
unchecked. And
comes
yeah.
up again and, yeah, okay.
So
Magic.
God, look at that. That's so fucking cool. That's why I like Morph in the shows, that he just covers all the bases. You get to see a lot of other superheroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the climax of the episode. And like you said, Josh, this feels like X-Men are on the ropes. They're just not. They're thrown off guard. They're getting their fucking asses handed to them. And
you need to speak up. I can't fucking hear you.
are you serious right now?
Talk a little bit louder. You asked me a question, and I was like,
Oh.
"What?"
Okay, all right.
My bad. My bad.
No,
Speak up.
I was saying, we're seeing the X-Men getting their asses handed to them, and you're right. Like here in the climax, they're fucking on the ropes, right?
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
and
They have no chance against her.
No,
She's
yeah.
playing with them right now. You have Magneto,
Uh-huh.
who also is a Omega mutant. I don't even know if that's the right term. Is that the right term?
Alpha.
No, I would say
Alpha, whatever, right? And he is getting his ass handed by a fucking clone.
Clone.
A fucking clone of all things.
God damn.
Dude, he's fucked up.
Oh.
See, then this is why, right? This has aged with us. So, the scene that happened was the clone gets shot in the face by Scott's optic blast and blood shoots out. And she just smears it on her lips like a badass.
God, man, Cyclops is so fucking cool.
He's also, yeah.
He's not just cool, but you also feel for him too.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. I mean, he just got done having a kid, now he has to fucking deal with this shit.
Yeah. Well, he also states like, "How do I lead the X-Men when I can't even protect my own son?"
God, yeah, that is
And that is
deep.
such a
Yeah.
great, moving. Yeah, that's
Now, like watching these episodes again with Wolverine, I think you hear it now. His voice.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't think it was?
I thought it was
like
another, yeah.
It's the same voice.
It's the same
actor.
guy. Yeah, you can hear it now.
yeah. He's just aged a little
Yeah.
bit. I think out of everyone, he's aged the most. But you still have to appreciate him coming back. And then, of course, the love of Logan and Jean Grey.
Logan, yeah.
Yeah, they have no chance. They have no chance.
Yeah, and this is where like Jean's gotta fucking go in there and take care of business, you know?
Look, ponytail. Ponytail.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it out every time. Hair down. Hair down.
God damn,
Dude.
you're right, Josh. She is fucking like, yeah, she is one of the most powerful superheroes in the comic books
Yeah.
for sure.
Dude, she is feared. And they show it in Grant Morrison's new X-Men, X-Men versus Avengers, and yeah, it's so fucking good.
So when people say that Scarlet Witch is the powerful stone mutant, what would you guys? Would you agree with that too, or no?
I would
I was gonna bring that up. Was Scarlet Witch in House of M, right? So I mean, what do you think?
She's as powerful as Jean Grey is. I would say Scarlet Witch is a step up.
Do you agree it or
No.
what?
Jean Grey all the way, baby.
You're just biased. You just like I just love Jean Grey.
Yeah, but you're also talking about an individual who changed the entire world.
Who? Scarlet.
Scarlet Witch.
Mm.
Yeah. No, you're right. The imagery here too, like it's just you see it a lot in the show. The animators going out their way to just like just create these scenes that are like standing out to you. It's like they really use the fucking animation to its fullest extent. You know.
Agree. And then that's what a lot of
What?
You know, like the comic book covers. And
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah. got the vintage. Do you guys know that food for thought? Did you know X-Men got canceled when it first came out?
The comic books.
Yeah.
Why was that?
Just wasn't actually as popular as they thought it would be. That's why they came out with the what's that very popular cover when you have all the X-Men on the front?
Oh, by Jim Lee.
No, not Jim
Not
Lee.
that one?
Giant Size X-Men, I think is what it was called.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what actually revitalized X-Men,
Mm.
which is pretty crazy. Like looking at this and how great X-Men is and how we want to have them in cinema and we need to have them in the MCU. It was a failing comic book. It didn't hit off the ground like Spider-Man or Batman, and
Damn.
even Avengers was out before them, and they were
Yeah.
succeeding.
But like you said, they did end up getting a resurgence.
Yeah.
So much so that they ended up doing the fucking movies.
Yep.
You know, so for as much as you say like it was a failed comic book, I find it ironic that it is the one that kind of, I guess you could say, kind of kicked off the whole Marvel movies and shit like
Yeah,
that.
it
you know,
did.
So
It did. It was the OG. And who has to come in and save the day? Jean Grey. These guys had no chance. These guys had no chance against her. This is like when you know somebody is so evil, is
Mhm.
when you have a baby, a newborn child in a fucking tank.
No, that's not.
that's not what.
Oh, I thought that wasn't his last. It was the clone.
Oh,
But
I love
still, yeah.
Did you guys notice that baby was floating? That baby knew how to swim. It's like a month old. What the fuck?
Well, see, like my big question is do you think they're gonna do the blue and yellow, like how we see it now? Like if they ever introduce them at the MCU, you think it's gonna? Look
They
good,
have
or-
to.
Yeah.
They have to. It's the most wanted and most popular costume, right? You know, you
Yeah, I
have
agree.
to show that. You know, obviously now it's revealed Nathan has a sickness.
Hmm. So what was the reason they had to send him to the future?
So that he can actually find a cure,
Oh, okay.
develop his
okay.
powers and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
there-
yeah,
there it goes.
okay,
Beast,
thanks,
same,
Beast.
yeah.
So that's sad to know too that he didn't get a chance to raise Cable, right or no? Because they had to send him to the future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true. I don't
that's what I see. I don't know if it's in the comics or in the show.
I don't think they ever had a relationship.
Right?
If my memory serves me
Mhm.
right, I don't think they
Okay.
they had one at all. When it comes to like being a ladies' man, I will say Cyclops' biggest fault is like it's kind of a man whore. You know, like obviously pregnates the clone,
He
moves
did.
on,
He didn't know.
hooks up with Jean.
Yeah, how can you blame that on him? I mean, come on, you didn't know, Josh.
Yeah, I know, but let me go. Then Jean dies, and then he hooks up with Emma Frost. You know, if anybody gets booty, it's that man right there.
Damn.
You know, on to the next. Check a box.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, dude. It's Cyclops. He went through a lot of shit.
I'm sure he
You
optic
blame him?
blasts in many ways too.
Oh my
Great, there you go. Once again, Josh, going with the. Oh, okay. I see how it's fucking.
You
loud
like that
in
one,
my
huh?
headphones,
You
dude.
like that
It's-
one, huh?
It's loud in my fucking headphones right now. I don't think I can hear you guys. What do you? What?
So that's still the clone, right?
Correct.
Holding. Okay.
Okay. See, this is where it throws me off. But she's the real Jean Grey.
No, not she. That's the clone.
That's the clone.
Yeah.
That's the clone.
Okay.
Hair down.
Hair down.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and so this baby's probably like weeks old,
And,
and
Yeah.
you have to give it up. That sucks.
yeah, like I said, they didn't get a chance to raise him.
Yeah.
I thought you said when you said you have to give it up, I thought you like mean like applause and shit. Like, I'm about to press the fucking button. But now I know what you meant. But
Wow.
all right. I was asking actually. You're gonna be fucked up if actually. That's what, never mind.
Come on, man. Too far.
Yeah. Well,
Look, ponytail.
ponytail, Josh. Ponytail.
Ponytail.
Hair down.
Which one's the real one? Alberto, walk me through
The
this.
one with the hair up.
And with the tan.
ponytail.
There we go.
Yeah,
Good.
yes.
Good.
I didn't
We're
know
getting it
I
now.
know where I was in classes in session now. No. I'm in charge of that shit, Josh. Okay, don't you?
Now she makes a new identity, and what's her name?
Ain't it Inferno? No. Or I'm just
Why
making
you
that
guys
up.
keep calling shit Inferno? Like Josh said that about Starfire. Now you're saying that about.
Cause she's Madeline Pryor.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
There we go.
Some cool ass glasses. Would you buy glasses like that, Josh? You
Fuck
think
no,
you can
dude.
rock glasses like
Fuck no, dude. Come on, man.
that? Yeah, no, I don't think I can either.
Do I look like a nerd?
You, I'm not gonna answer that.
All right, now cut to Storm.
Yep.
Here we go.
And I love, God, introducing Forge like this. That's another thing that's funny, like talking about relationships. How Scott always gets booty. Storm has hooked up a lot too. Forge,
Yeah.
Black Panther, Thor, I think as well.
Thor too.
I think so.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
God
so.
damn.
Yeah, and
All
that's episode 3.
That's episode 3 in the books. Guys, that was, like Edgar said, that was a doozy, right?
Doozy, yeah.
That was a doozy.
People who are going to listen to this are going to understand what the fuck I'm saying, okay?
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll eventually catch up. So obviously we're done with episode 3. Gentlemen, what's your thoughts?
Fantastic. Like I said, the fact that they added that horror element was perfectly executed. I think, Josh, your insight with Gene and like
Sinister.
that added a lot more context for me, and I think I enjoyed this episode a lot more. I think it was a good
In little tidbit to Sinister, you know?
episode.
That, what's the Cyclops thing called?
The optic blast.
The Optic Blast, yeah. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, you noticed how he was like
Yeah.
like gooing out or whatever. Yeah. So how would you rank it so far?
This episode,
Yeah.
I will put it above the second one in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because it we got, like you just said, you put it in a good context. This is the first actual introduction of Jean Grey, so I think I have to put it up above.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the second episode.
I'll give it an 8.5.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was good.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I don't mind giving it an 8.5 also. But I just think in terms of where I'm ranking it with the episodes, this is, I think, 1, 3, and then 2 so far.
Okay.
Okay. It's in order for me.
Just
1, 2,
one,
3.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3. So you're correct then. The first one's your favorite.
Oh, sorry. 2, 1, 3.
All right. What about you, Josh?
Maybe I'm too giddy or thinking too much of it, but these are all on the same playing field.
Yeah, see, yeah.
9, 9, and 9.
Oh.
Nothing so far where it's like
Yeah, it's I still rank them pretty well. I know it's not an 8.5, but
No, it's
it's you're introducing the team in the first one, you're introducing Magneto in the second one. Now you're introducing Jean.
Yep.
what's the next one?
You know?
Oh, it's
The next
a
one is the one that I think Josh will probably say is. Well, I don't want to speak too soon, but maybe you're the weakest so far.
I would say it's the weakest.
hit the one of those little. There you go. Give me another one.
All right. No, that's too many fucking rim shots for one episode.
No, give me the sad one. The not a sad
sad
one, but like
one.
wah wah wah. Do
There's
you have
no,
one?
there's no fucking want.
Yeah, you do.
Wah, wah, wah.
There you go. See.
Josh, the human soundboard. Right
Yeah.
I got you, Edgar. What out of this episode, what stood out the most for you guys?
What stood out?
Give me a highlight.
I think honestly, if I'm being honest, it's the way that the clone was fucking with everybody. You know.
Agree.
I think that was my favorite part. That was just seeing everyone get kind of picked off one by one. It was just I enjoyed that. That was
Yeah.
really cool. What about you, Aaron?
What Josh pointed out is like the X-Men can't, how do you say, survive without having Jean Grey there. In those type of situations, I mean. So
Yeah.
Yep.
they need someone like her in the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what Edgar is saying. I think the highlight was when she stands up to the
Yep.
clone.
She says her kind of her speech saying that she's also the Phoenix. Like they show the Phoenix and all that. That was kind of cool too. So
I agree. Well, I mean, we're gonna go ahead and watch that next episode. So, but before we do that, let us take a little breather, recoup. So we'll be right back. All right, now we're gonna get into episode 3 of
4.
X-Men. Oh shit! Sorry, episode 4 of X-Men '97.
Hey, that's a different intro.
Yeah, right. Josh, I have to tell you, man, the fact that you pointed that out to us, that like, oh, it's different every time. It's like, oh fuck.
That's what makes it like so much better too.
Yeah.
So I want to see what's different.
Let's wait for Jean. Ponytail.
He's Harry. Look, Wolverine is Harry.
Harry, that's how you know. Oh man.
Let's see.
So this upcoming episode is the one that I think.
Well,
Josh, it is a filler episode, admittedly. Yeah.
There are some things that is enjoyable about it. I will say that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. See,
Yep, there
new
you go.
scenes. You know.
Oh man.
Oh, damn.
That's all
You got
from the
Forge.
original series. You know, that's what's so great about it. Like little cuts here and there.
Damn, how did you? Well, I mean, I was gonna say, how did you pick up on that? But you watched this shit.
I've watched it enough, and I also watch a lot of YouTube.
There you go.
Nintendo.
Motendo, that's what it's called. This episode is Motendo. Fans of the Sega Genesis X-Men games, me and Edgar.
You don't think they did that on purpose, like for a callback to us who grew up
I
playing
think
this?
They do
Right?
have some elements. You are absolutely right about
Yeah,
that.
man. I remember we were watching. I was like, "Is this on arcade?"
Right?
Right? And I was like, "No."
Oh yeah, the Nemesis, the enemy arcade. Yeah, we thought it was
Yeah.
arcade.
So talking about X-Men video games, real quick, what is the greatest X-Men video game of all time?
Oh shit!
Greatest X-Men video game of all time.
X-Men Legends.
Yes.
X-Men Legends. You think? Damn,
That's that
a good
role-playing one when you play all the X-Men
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah. It's like Ultimate Alliance, right? Kind
But
of.
X-Men did it
With
first.
yeah,
Yeah.
X-Men did it
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
That episode is
That is a good pick.
yeah.
That's a good pick.
The
Legends.
sequel was good too.
The sequel too.
with
yeah.
Apocalypse.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That one was great, and you also play the Brotherhood of Mutants as well.
Yeah.
Not just the X-Men characters.
Okay, I'm gonna. I think my favorite is X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's probably like the only video game movie that was better than the movie,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Yeah. But would you count it as X-Men just because it's only Wolverine?
No, absolutely.
You'd
It
count
is.
it on.
Yeah,
I
come on.
I think I'd put it on.
You
there.
have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
But then of course the Sega ones are just nostalgic.
The Sega ones, yeah.
You know.
Like right now, they're gonna show it.
Yeah.
So, just to kind of recap this,
Yeah.
what I do actually now watching this, one thing I do appreciate is, you're a school full of adults and you have one child, and you expect a child to be on par with the adults. What are your guys' thoughts on that? We're talking about Jubilee. That's why she's like frustrated. It's her birthday, but then Magneto is telling her that she needs to train.
I mean, it is. I mean, it sucks, right? It's like
Yeah.
you're not able to grow up on your own kind of terms. Almost, you're forced to grow up and be a part of this extraordinary team, and that just means sometimes you can't relax and just hang out and be a kid.
So
know?
I appreciate you saying that, because last episode we talked about how the X-Men are just so fucking relatable.
Mm-hmm.
We can relate to this, you know. I
Yeah.
can relate to this. So, I grew up in a single household, parent. the second we can get a job
Mm-hmm.
at the age of 16,
All right.
we had to get a job. We had to help out with the mortgage, groceries. We
Mhm.
had to grow up.
Yeah, no, it's similar to us living in a Hispanic household.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you just like you're expected to
Help
at
out.
some point
Yeah.
help out, or just start becoming responsible. And sometimes that does come at you at an age that you're just like, oh man, I'm trying to fucking
Right. Yeah.
just be a kid. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to relax, and it's
Yeah.
like, no, it's not. It's not how that works.
That sucks, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, your childhood is only a small piece of your life. Let's say, I'll say 21 years.
Mm-hmm.
Before you turn 21, you are still a child, because you're still trying to figure things out, and expected to grow up. Age 12, age 14. I think Jubilee at this case, she has to be. How old would you say Jubilee is?
She has to be like
17, 18?
16, 17?
I would say
Or is
16
that
to
too?
18.
Yeah.
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 Did they reveal the ages? I don't know, but
I'm sure if we Google it later.
Yeah,
we'll
later
figure it
we'll-
out.
Yeah, we'll
But
Google it,
either
it's
way,
fine.
she's
We'll Google
she is a child, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks. That sucks. Growing up at a very young age.
God, yeah, seeing the cartridge
Yeah.
and seeing that's so fucking cool.
Whoa, what is that? What is that console?
Sega.
Yeah,
Oh man, yeah,
Look at that. Oh.
that
Nintendo.
fucking brings me back, man.
Nintendo. So Sega or Super Nintendo? Come on,
Sega.
guys.
We grew up
Sega
with
all the way,
Sega.
we grew up with
Sega all the way?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
dare you guys?
It's just because that's what we grew up with.
Yeah.
Man. Like, I mean, if it was Nintendo, I mean, I guess it would have been Nintendo. But it's always been that way, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Talk about being disturbed. Being disturbing as well. You're attacked by fucking wires.
Right.
Links to your eyes.
oh, that little glitch effect too.
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool. Yeah, I just remember thinking like, is this arcade or what the fuck's going on? And it's like,
Yeah, we thought it was arcade.
yeah.
It would have been cool.
I think this episode too, going back to nostalgia, I think a lot of these scenes are actually from the previous series, the original series.
Oh, yeah. I think yeah, you're right. Right.
He's all checking himself out. Do I still look good? Typical pretty boy.
All right.
And if I'm not mistaken, because I do have the headphones up, like the music too is like 8-bit.
Oh, it
kinda
is.
like
Yeah.
Video
Yep.
game music, right?
Good call out. Good call out.
Yeah, I do appreciate them kind of just like acknowledging, like, yeah, we did have video games back, like those X-Men games. Oh man, the Clone Wars was
Clone Wars.
that was so cool, dude. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, look at that 8-bit. And actually, Sega Genesis actually had the best sound system between the two.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
The battle between Super Nintendo and Sega.
Yeah.
So that's a good callback as well.
But this is also
Loading. Dude, what console back in the day loaded?
Yeah, that's
Come
right,
on,
yeah.
come on now.
Do you remember those days where you just put in the fucking disc and you didn't have to
No,
install
yeah,
anything?
exactly.
Those were the days. Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is a callback when Jubilee, Storm, and Gambit are actually in this concentration camp, pretty much, like building this dam or whatever. So another callback to the original series.
Hmm.
This was actually also the first introduction of Cable.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm. In the original series.
Oh.
He's the one that actually let them out.
Now that is Jubilee too, right?
That is Jubilee.
Yeah.
It's an interesting concept of her. But also that voice of the older Jubilee is the original voice actor of Jubilee.
That's fucking cool. That's awesome.
So that's a great callback. Which is kind of interesting too. The reason why they changed out
The voices.
the voices is because the original was a white actress, and they had to put in a Asian
okay,
actress for
okay.
Jubilee. What are your
Oh.
guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, it's trying to stay more authentic to it. It's I think it's fine.
But isn't the part of
You know?
being an actor being able to play all
Right,
roles?
yeah.
Well, I mean, without getting too political, I mean, we do live in a day and age now where like a lot of people are more sensitive to that sort of thing, where
Is
they
that
do
fair, though?
want more. I don't know. What do you think, Josh?
I think it's obviously a sensitive topic, and I think if you're an actor, you should be available to play all roles.
Yeah, that's what I think.
You know, if you
I agree.
if you want to be a homosexual in a movie, you know, and you're not, and if you can kill it, crush it, then by all means. If you're a homosexual playing a straight role, by all means, do it. You know,
I think for people it's just like they want people who have those lived experiences, and they think that they can even bring more to the role. I
They
think a lot
can.
of people do.
no,
Is it
Consider- they
also
consider
like,
that too, you
let's
know?
say they had a Latin mutant? Don't you want to also know that the voice actor is also Latin? Like it gives you like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, right?
So that's why I think it's like it's fine. I think that having Jubilee be different actor this time around is fine.
What's this guy's
Yep.
name? This
Mojo,
Mojo, yeah.
dude, which is a very disturbing character. I love how he's like super skinny.
God, man, I know I keep bringing it up, but like the
Do you-
animators of the show.
Do you know who we're talking about when we bring up Arcade or no?
Yeah, the villain,
Okay.
the Spider-Man villain,
No, we keep bringing it. I thought he don't know. So
which is
Yeah.
a very like
he's a Spider-Man villain.
I believe so. Yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think yeah, he's right. 'Cause I think
he is
showed
a
up in like in a
knockoff-
Miles
knock-
Morales.
he is a knockoff of Cletus Cassidy. I will say that too,
Oh, okay.
with his red hair and
Yeah.
No, that makes sense because that's what the game is called too. Spider-Man and Arcade and
Oh
Arcade
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, so
I
yeah.
remember that one. I
You're
played that
right.
one, which is a terrible game, but enjoyable. At the same
Enjoyable,
time.
yeah.
The music, I think it's just the music that really makes it nostalgic for me.
Game on, dude.
See, like the attention to detail, that's so fucking
That
cool,
too.
man.
Like
That Magneto scene was it made me feel. This feels like
Yeah,
the
dude.
beat 'em up X-Men game. Did you guys
Yeah,
ever play that?
yeah.
When you're like walking down the street,
Look at
Days
that.
of Future Past callback.
Like the fact that they had it like low res
Yeah,
the backgrounds
Yeah.
to make it look like it's that's so fucking cool. How do you not like this episode? Like in terms of
Right,
like in
they-
terms
I
of
may be wrong. Ooh, the kicks, the punches. Ooh.
but like
The
speaking to
special
you, Josh,
move?
like
Ah.
I do think visually it is one of the better episodes for sure. You know,
And then he gets fat again. Well, question then. Do you think if they did not put this episode in, let's say they did 9 episodes and they didn't have this, do you think it would make a difference?
no. Well, that's why this is also called
A filler?
no, because this is also part 1 to another episode, right?
Oh.
Because
Oh,
it's
they
not
did
just called
combined
that,
it
yeah.
with
Combined it,
Storms as
so-
well. Actually, yeah.
So yeah, if they did cut this off, of course it wouldn't.
You
know what I mean?
Good,
So-
good point. Good point.
Yeah.
And this is why we rewatch it again, right? We give insight, we dig a little bit deeper, and you appreciate it even more, you know, when being called out on your bullshit. Thanks, Alberto. So
You told me I had to speak up, Josh. So I had to speak up. Dude.
and that you have.
Rim shot.
Yeah, Lord. I also love how they identify that he, God, what's his name again?
Mojo?
No, this guy,
Starfire.
Starfire.
Just call him Roberto. then.
Roberto.
Roberto.
Thank God I'm not acting like a Hispanic. He refuses to use his mutant powers.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But he uses it at the end, right?
Yeah, kinda.
Kind of, but it builds up to it, right? You
Mhm.
know, he refuses to use it during the Sentinel attack. I think it takes him a while to use it for this. Yeah, like,
God, man, that's so cool.
how many times do we deny ourselves of who we really are?
I mean, really, we do it sometimes
Yeah,
more than we care to admit. Dude.
yeah. I hide my nerdness.
Do you really?
No,
Josh?
I don't.
I mean, I'm not gonna answer that, but you know, what I mean?
Yeah, I obviously try very hard to hide it. And when we sit in this room,
So,
right?
Josh, what people who are listening to this and want to get into
No, you're good, man. No.
want to get into the X-Men comics, what would you recommend for them
What?
to read?
Right now, if
Uh-huh.
you're getting into this series, you have to read Grant Morris's new X-Men.
Okay. You think that's a good starting off point?
I would say so.
Yeah.
You know, because it really does a good job at actually establishing the original team and then bringing in the new team as well.
Hmm.
A lot of this story arc actually is pulled from that comic book. Don't get me wrong as well. There's a lot of other stuff that's pulled from other great stories too. But I would say New X-Men is a good, it's a good read for if you're
Okay.
just getting into X-Men. I think also Avengers versus X-Men.
X-Men versus X-Men.
Yeah. So, what about you?
What would you say? Yeah.
I'm not really like.
Yeah, neither am I.
Well, but
Yeah.
if you want to this typical like X-Men, there's X-Men 92, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah,
a cool little
That's a good one. Yeah.
a mini series to get into. If you
You know, I well, obviously the first one that comes to my head is because I'm reading it right now is House of X and Powers of X, but I don't know if that's a good like intro to the X-Men.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
really because it doesn't just have the X-Men in it. It has like the Avengers in it as well and
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic
Yeah,
Four.
so
good read.
it is a good read.
Absolutely.
Now, yeah. Like if you don't care about continuity, you don't care about like all that, then yeah, I think that's a good read for sure.
And then of course everybody's favorite. I feel like everyone has read this series was Age of Apocalypse. It was a great read, which I do feel like as we talk more about this series is going to be leading to it as well.
Yeah, yeah. Without giving too much away, yep, you're right.
It's interesting how
Oh my God, she does sound like that's her.
Right? Yeah.
what's great is she's a very unique character in this because this is actually Jubilee in the future in the comic books. So there is a story arc where Jubilee does meet her older self, and she does become this character that you see. And she wears the same exact thing that she's wearing now with the metal face and all that. And she's powerful as fuck. But it's kind of sad too that. Well, maybe it will lead up to it, I guess, right? Maybe they're hinting towards it. But this character was obviously created because she's a recurring
Yeah, yeah.
like model like in the game that goes over and over. So she knows the game to the details, but she's aged and matured as the game has come together. So great callback. And I think if my memory, I apologize, I'm talking too much, but
No, go for it.
I think Jubilee was actually created only in the series first.
I think so too.
Yeah,
That one we might have to fact check that, but I think you're right.
yeah, because who's the character that is similar to her? The
Razzle
rock star?
Dazzle, yeah, Razzle Dazzle.
Razzle Dazzle.
I think you're right. Her name is
Dazzler.
Dazzler.
I was kind of right.
Okay.
Redeemed myself with Sinestro from fucking
Razzle
last
Dazzle Dazzler. Dude, I love how they she's like using her powers to move around, to skate around, just very similar to what like Scott is doing.
Yeah.
Dude, I love this.
So seeing that this is like a Jubilee focused episode, that just gets me to thinking like, what's your favorite underrated X-Men character?
Oh man, that's a great question. Underrated in this series or
Or just like in general?
in
comic-
general?
yeah, like who you think is an underrated?
Steve.
Steve, yeah, Steve the Mutant. Yeah, dude, yeah.
Steve Jobs? Oh man.
That is a good question.
Right?
I-
Yeah,
I-
because there's a lot. Dude, there's a lot that you can pull from. You know.
I don't know. I don't think I have a thought on that.
What do you think, Eder?
I'm thinking right now.
You're thinking right now?
Yeah.
Man, I think the one that comes to
Man.
my mind is like, probably Nightcrawler. I think.
Who?
Nightcrawler.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good
I
one.
think yeah. I think he has a cool fucking power too. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
used them a lot in Clone Wars. You know, being able to teleport and shit in the game.
Colossus.
Colossus is a good one.
Colossus is a good one. Yeah,
That's a really good one.
it's a nice pull. Yeah. Colossus. Yeah.
How about Angel
Angel.
and Archangel?
I thought you guys were gonna say like Iceman or fucking
Iceman, I think, is a given, right?
yeah.
Actually, thinking back, watching this episode, talking about whoa, um, talking about introductions, right?
Yeah.
This is actually a good introduction to Jubilee.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's a good it's a Jubilee centric episode.
Yeah. I am appreciating it a lot more. And then it's great also that it's going to obviously a different scene. Storm has met up with Forge, and his sole purpose really is to get her to have her abilities back.
Yeah, which we'll see later on that journey that she takes
Yeah.
on.
And then they were a big love interest in the comic books as well. Very underused in the original series.
Ooh, Forge.
Yeah, so he was in one episode. When the X-Men meets, when they regroup with Iceman. And he's trying to find his girlfriend, Polaris, to find out that she actually joins X-Force, which is led by Forge, which is a government behind-the-scenes mutant team.
Yeah, the more we're watching the show, the more you're talking about the X-Men. It's they're definitely better than the Avengers.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have more history. They're just have cooler fucking characters. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Yeah.
These are characters that were briefly hinted in the original series, and they're just doing them justice. And what's interesting is X-Force had Havoc
Yeah,
in that team. And there's a thing about mutant abilities, you can't use them against your siblings. Did you guys know that?
No.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
So Havoc confronts Cyclops, and Havoc blasts Cyclops, and nothing happens. And Cyclops blasts Havoc, and nothing happens. And they're like, I guess we're just gonna have to fight each other.
Yeah.
But the thing is siblings can't use their powers against each other. Because they something about them sharing the same gene or whatever, which is really interesting. So I wonder, talking about that, they did a small introduction of that. Is he going to make a show? Is Cyclops going to meet his brother? Because he did. He was.
That would be cool.
He was. Cyclops was in a foster home. He was separated from his brother.
I mean, well, that's so great about the show, right? Is that they still got so much that they can fucking pull from.
Yeah.
But
But they're pulling characters that were so little.
Yeah, underutilized for sure.
Yeah, and they're just giving them justice in this. They did that with Gambit. I think he was a very, underused character in the original for being a part of the team, and they gave him a big part in this. Forge as well. I would even say Jubilee as well with that episode that we just saw. Cable.
Oh yeah. Oh damn. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Dude,
Cable
sometimes I
was
keep
just
forgetting about
comes
Cable.
and goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the X-Force.
Oh.
So a little bit of a callback. There is the picture in the back, if you notice that. Forge is standing with a military soldier, and then on the side there's a face covered, and that's actually a little call out to what's to come and who the villain is.
Really?
So the main villain is actually in every episode behind the scenes. So
Dude,
just a
how
little thing
many
about
times have you seen these
Jeez,
episodes?
Josh.
I've watched the first episode probably a dozen times. At least.
I would believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you.
And I've watched it here and there in the background, and I picked up little things here. Alberto, tell us what's going on, man.
So it looks like Storm is trying to conjure her powers again, and it's not working. Another moment where it just hits you, where you're just like, damn. Her powers. That's what she is. Yeah, that's who she identifies with. And you said that she's not technically a mutant, right?
She is, but she's labeled more of a weather goddess.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, I mean, would it be safe to say that she was kind of sidelined in this show for a little bit?
In this one, or are you talking about
In this
for
show?
the first half, yes.
Yeah, but she definitely comes back in full fucking force, man.
Well,
yeah.
first 2 episodes were great with her,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
and then they sidelined her. And how she comes back is so fucking gorgeous.
So did you think of did you say what your underrated
Yeah,
X-Men?
Colossus.
Yeah,
Colossus.
Colossus. That's right.
That's a
that's
good
right.
one.
Did you say yours?
Yeah, Nightcrawler.
Oh,
Nightcrawler.
and
I'm gonna have to say Jubilee right now.
oh, okay.
yeah, not Angel. What happened to Angel?
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did say Angel, but I keep thinking about that Jubilee episode, and yeah,
it really is sticking in the back
it
of your
really is.
mind, huh?
It, man, the way she uses her abilities, knowing how powerful she gets.
So you take it
man,
back now, huh?
I take it
Josh?
back.
What's another thing you want to take back, Josh?
Scarlet Witch is more powerful than Jean Grey. Actually, no, I don't take that one back. I do still think Jean Grey. The fact that she can also manipulate Scarlet Witch, take advantage of her powers.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with that one.
All right. Yeah, I just also want to point out again, like the way that the animators make these, like the characters emote in these scenes that are like very more emotional driven. It's just, and you see it throughout the show. Spoilers when Charles returns.
So he did label her as a goddess right there.
Oh.
So
Oh.
Yeah.
so
I missed that. Did she smack him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh.
so
sorry.
so let's pause this a little bit. Okay, this is a very unique situation. So he is so fixated in making sure that she gets her powers back. Do you
Mhm.
guys know why? You
Fill
know-
us in, Josh. Go ahead. Fill us
Right.
in.
Yeah.
He's the one that built those collars.
Oh shit! That okay. Yeah.
So he plays a hand in why she does not have
Oh
her
yeah,
abilities
yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
that's right.
Josh, I thought you were gonna say something like epic.
That is epic. That's a fucking.
It's a hard hitter, man. Come on.
It went
like,
over my head for a
you
second,
meet
but yeah,
this
you're right.
guy. He's in love with you. He is so fixated in giving you back your identity.
Because he's the one that took it away.
I was expecting something bigger.
I'm sorry to disappoint you,
It's
Edgar.
like some
Holy
big philosophical
shit.
Yeah.
fucking.
Man. But yeah, do you blame her?
No.
But she doesn't know though.
He just admitted to it.
Yeah,
right now.
I don't blame her, dude.
He
I thought it was
confessed.
later on that he.
No, he just did it right
He
now.
just confessed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why she smacks him.
Why the hell? Oh.
I was about to reach for the thing. Oh, this is also just a great shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think they could? I don't think they could ever pull something like this off in live action, man. Like it was just this type of arc with
Yeah.
with Storm and like the visuals and everything. Like
So that's what makes things so unique about animation, right? And why it's so hard to say that animation is like a step up from live action, because they rely so much on the special effects, the animation, to make it look good. But when you combined it with great acting, great dramatization,
yeah,
it peaks it, you know.
that's true. Yeah.
If I were to say what is the greatest series animation of all time, this has to be up there.
I think I have to agree. I mean, what else can be up there? You know,
Have you seen
Batman.
Arcane?
I seen a few episodes.
Arcane is up there as well.
You said Batman, right?
Animated series.
Yeah, true.
I agree with that
Animated
too.
series, Yeah. Another show that has a lot of more influence to comic books too. and
Yeah.
stuff, like so,
Yeah,
yeah,
correct.
I agree. Like, good one there.
What did you think of that ending with that horror element?
Seeing it come back, like it's just that's fucking cool, man. Like we're about to get another horror centric episode, and I think I spoke too soon saying that the Jubilee episode is going to be like a filler episode, but watching it again,
Yeah, I agree.
so much better, right?
I'm glad I'm not the only one right now.
You know, like so I'm wondering maybe with the Storm episode, which I think also I thought was like one of the weaker ones. maybe it'll also
Very
be,
late change, yeah.
maybe it'll redeem it too, and I think it'll be
How do you rank Storm in this?
in this episode or in the
In
series?
the entire series?
Fucking
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
She's your favorite character?
In the show, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yours?
It's Gene.
It's Jean.
Yeah.
It's Jean right now. I thought it was gonna be Magneto.
All of them are
Magneto,
fucking
yeah,
great,
but-
right? All of them are great, but I think Storm, just because of the fact that she loses her powers
Yeah.
and then she gets them back, and I
Well,
think that she just
The ending of the first episode when Cyclops calls her and she's like walking through the desert and the lightning bolts.
come on, dude.
Yeah. Oh my God! Just talking all about all these upcoming episodes.
So end of episode 4. Thoughts, gentlemen?
I think we're all surprised, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I was
we're all
expecting,
surprised.
like you said, it's a filler episode. It wasn't great the first time we watched it, but
I
we were
mean,
wrong. We were wrong.
You, Josh, I feel like you were.
So I was coming in
Hot.
bringing this like a 5 out of 10. Okay, I give it an 8.5.
Yeah.
I give it an 8.5.
Same.
Me too.
It is highlights.
It's fucking good, man.
What stood out for you?
The callback
come
to
on,
the console.
Yeah, the video games.
Yeah.
Like the side scrolling, like beat 'em up and stuff like that. Seeing older Jubilee and you putting into context too, as well as like, oh, that's the voice actor from the original. It's just
Right.
Yeah, I think that I think that was the highlight for me. If we're talking about the episode, is when they went into to the video game. That was fucking
Yeah.
cool. What do you think? Eddie?
What? I already said.
The same thing, like
The same
the
thing.
video game too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, what about you, Josh?
I would. So I appreciated the Jubilee scene.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. I think those were great highlights. The thing that really stuck out to me was really the confrontation between Forge and Storm.
That's a good one.
You know,
Mm.
like
That's a good one too.
you know, you can see that they're falling in love with each other. They appreciate each other, and then you find out this was the man that took my abilities away. You know.
Come on, that's some hard hitting.
Yeah, and then on top of it, I think all of it, right? Like, she goes into the machine, she goes out there, she tries to see if her powers are there, and then she just breaks down because it's still not there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is that was a highlight for sure for the episode. It's a good scene.
Well, looking
Um,
at it now, the title of the last episode is 2. So in a way, we got 2 episodes in one. We got Jubilees, then we got the Storm.
Yeah,
at the end.
the way they managed to balance both.
Yeah, that's kind of
It's really cool.
That's kind of cool.
So if they, let's say, and I think you answered this earlier, Alberto, if they did, let's say they made these into their own episodes, would they have been as strong, or was it weak, or was this a perfect direction of execution?
Well, now that I'm thinking about it, I think it is good, like a good flow.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when we think of filler episodes, we think of episodes that are just not doing it for us, right? Like, oh, whatever. I don't, it's a filler episode. But this one's like, hey, let's all hang out. Let's see
Right,
what Jubilee's up to, and it's kind of taking the foot off the pedal a little bit,
Yeah.
and letting people kind of think about what happened on that last episode, which was also very like a fucking roller coaster, right? So
Yeah.
I think now that I'm thinking about it, it does kind of mesh well with the overall series so far.
I agree. I agree. I think that's just smart directing, smart writing. I think they identified that it could potentially be a filler, and they didn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So and that was just the smart way of handling this episode. Yeah, I love that I was proved wrong on this. I do.
But hey, I mean, that's why we're watching it again. I hope that people listening to it are also watching it at the same time. I hope that you're watching it having already seen it, because we're spoiling the shit out of it.
Right. Yeah.
But
I will say, if you have not watched it, and you're listening to this, turn it on, watch it with us.
yeah, I agree. And I don't say this enough also, but listen, if you got people who love X-Men and you want them to kind of share this podcast with them, share this little series we're doing, listening to X-Men 97. I hope you guys are enjoying this kind of. It's a different type of format for us. We're we're breaking it up a little bit. We're not just doing single episodes here and there. We're doing a little series. So I
Mhm.
hope you guys are enjoying that. As always, I should have said this at the top of the podcast, but like, subscribe, share with your friends, follow us on social media. We enjoy doing this. This is a lot of fun for us, so we're going to come back and we're going to do it again. So expect more of these episodes because I think we're enjoying it, and I hope you guys are enjoying it too. That's going to be it for us. This has been Two Brothers.
And
Friend?
At some point, we're going to have you say it like, you are a friend, Josh.
yeah.
You are our friend. You don't have to question it anymore.
I feel like it would just like lose all credit though. Come on, man. Keep it going.
Yeah,
Consistency is key. Come on,
Hey.
That
guys.
is true. All
Hit it
right.
with another
All right.
rim shot.
All right, here we go. And that's been Two Brothers.